Vandals caught on camera destroying pride flags in the Perry district. Tonight, we're talking to homeowners who had their property destroyed and their homes egged.
A big shift in the weather pattern brings the return of scattered showers. We'll talk when they arrive and how much rain we might get.
We are still fighting here in Washington State for a contract that reflects the urgent need to address the recruitment and retention crisis.
And a national deal may be in the works, but it's not the end for Kaiser healthcare workers here in Washington. Why a strike may still be on the horizon. Thanks for making KREM 2 News at 5 a part of your Friday night. I'm Cody Proctor. Mark and Whitney are on assignment this evening. In developing news right now, thousands of healthcare workers with Kaiser Permanente in Washington will strike if a new contract isn't reached in the next 2 weeks. That's despite a tentative deal nationally. KREM 2's Shannon Mowdy is joining us in the studio tonight to report more on the details.
The news that a tentative deal has been reached for a national coalition of Kaiser Permanente's unionized workers was praised today and as an historic win. But Kaiser's Washington workers say it won't be enough to touch the wage and burnout issues they're seeing here.
Overwork and underpay.
After an historic healthcare strike, the end may be in sight for most of Kaiser Permanente's unionized workers.
But we are still fighting here in Washington State.
For 3,000 Kaiser Permanente Washington workers who have a separate contract, negotiations are ongoing.
Without a new contract by October 31, all our Kaiser Permanente healthcare workers in Washington will go on strike anytime after November 1.
Friday, SEIU 1199 Northwest bargainers announced 99% of the union, which represents Kaiser workers across Washington state, voted to strike.
My nursing colleagues can make $10 or $20 more an hour at any other institution in this region. We cannot recruit staff and we cannot retain staff.
While the national contract would increase wages by 21% over 4 years, union leaders like Jane Hopkins say that would still leave Kaiser's Washington workers falling through a pay gap.
Other employers have stepped up and given raises to healthcare workers in the last year. The current Kaiser Permanente workers are between 20 to 30% behind right now.
Union members say high turnover due to low wages and the resulting staff shortages and burnout are also impacting patient care.
So the healthcare workers need to have a seat at the table where staffing models and policies to address the staffing.
SEIU 1199 Northwest says a strike is the last resort, with 2 weeks left to go on the negotiations calendar.
We're very hopeful because we'll continue to be hopeful till the last day until we go on strike.
Those negotiations, by the way, have been going on since April. Nurses say they've been warning Kaiser for years. Worker burnout and low pay were reaching crisis levels. Shannon Mowdy, KREM 2 News.
Shannon, thank you so much. More vandalism in the Perry district. Ring doorbell camera footage shows a person wearing a mask walking up the steps of the front porch of Paul Dillon, who's running for Spokane City Council District 2, ripping down the pride flag. You can see it right here, and then running away. KREM 2's Nathan Young joins us now live in the Perry district tonight, where other homeowners reported their flags being ripped down, their pumpkins smashed, and homes egged. Nathan.
Cody, Wishing Tree Books was just one of several homes and businesses that were vandalized, and this is the 4th time in just the past week that the Perry district was hit by vandalism.
Are you in our system for rewards yet?
Janelle Smith didn't expect smashed pumpkins and torn down pride flags when she came to work this morning.
Have a good day. You too. Thanks for coming in. The vandalism and everything that's been going on is horrible.
Janelle owns Wishing Tree Books, a well-known local business that sells pride books.
Worried for people, right? And especially for the kids of Odyssey, like this is their happy place and their safe place.
Her business was just one of several houses and businesses that were vandalized overnight. Earlier this week, Odyssey Youth Center in the Perry District was vandalized 3 days in a row.
Sadly, I think it is getting on people's, not nerves, but it's making people a little tense.
It's vandalism that's caught the attention of the city council.
The LGBTQ community and the neighborhood at large now is kind of under attack.
Zach Sapone identifies as a member of the LGBTQ community. Next week, he will introduce a resolution to address these acts.
It's just a public statement denouncing hate, asking the city to prosecute.
In this Ring video, you can see 3 people wearing all black steal a pride flag from someone's front porch.
I just don't understand the hate.
Jan Shannon, who lives at the house, says this past week's act of vandalism make her feel uneasy.
To have this happen last night, it's like, is it safe? Like, we don't feel safe now.
Police stopped by the houses and businesses that were vandalized, and they are currently investigating.
It's just a fabulous neighborhood that isn't going to change regardless of what happens.
Earlier this week, Spokane police said they are not investigating the vandalism as hate crimes. We reached out to the police to ask if that has changed, and at this time, we do not know.
And people that live here tell me that they're hoping this vandalism stops. You can just see at the bookstore that things have been cleaned up. They did that earlier today. You wouldn't even be able to notice that it was vandalized. Live in Spokane, Nathan Hyun, KREM 2 News.
Nathan, thank you so much. Tracking the nation right now tonight, tensions were high in the House of Representatives the last few days, but within the past few hours, we've learned Ohio Congressman Jim Jordan's the new favorite to be the next Speaker of the House. This comes after a major shakeup in the race where Majority Leader Steve Scalise withdrew his bid late last night. But some House Republicans are skeptical Jordan will be able to get enough support from moderates to get the 217 votes needed to win on the House floor. And while the timeline remains up in the air, House Democrats are urging their members to be ready to vote on a moment's notice. Let's take a break from the headlines and talk about our weather forecast. The Inland Northwest saw a cool down this week. We even saw some rain. Let's send it over now to Chief Meteorologist Jeremy Legoo with more on what people should expect as we head into this weekend.
Be ready for anything.
Oh.
You never know what's going to come. But we do know what's going to happen in the world of weather. You like that, Cody?
Jeez.
Just got to keep it interesting on Friday. It's been a long week. 65 degrees as we currently sit. All in all, it's not a bad evening, but a little cloud cover moves in ahead of our next disturbance. Quick thing of note, this was a controlled burn. You might have seen some of that smoke earlier today. Nothing to worry about. BLM on that one. So don't have to worry. Off the coast, we have the low. That low is tracked from south to north. That track is exceptionally difficult to predict what will happen for us. But what we do know is that is changing as we move forward. That storm moves off to the north. It's going to throw a wave of energy at us. That first wave hits us early tomorrow, but then it's going to kind of speed up another one that moves toward us. So tomorrow morning, kind of dawn, pre-dawn, we see a couple of scattered light showers. Then they work their way out. Then we wind up seeing more widespread rain return after the sun goes down tomorrow. And then it just kind of continues through the middle of the night on Sunday before eventually drying out. So next couple of days. Be ready for anything? Not quite cold yet, but tomorrow, scattered showers in mid-60s. Sunday, a bit drier and a slight bit warmer.